Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I cannot believe I'm actually finally doing this. This is wild, but here we go. So for the first recipe, we're going to be making a yummy coconut granola. It's going to be easy to make. I hope the instructions are quite easy. For this recipe, I recommend using old-fashioned rolled oats or whatever oats you have in your pantry. I just think the old-fashioned rolled oats are more nutritious and they work better for this recipe. So to start, you're going to need your oats in a big bowl, your coconut sugar for sweetener, your almonds, your shredded coconut, coconut oil, cardamom powder for flavor, salt to taste, and honey also for sweetening the oats. So into the bowl with the oats, go ahead and mix all your dry ingredients. Add your coconut sugar and your almonds. Add the cardamom powder and the salt to taste. And just go ahead and mix everything until you can't really see the individual ingredients. And honestly, for this recipe, I am using coconut oil and shredded coconut and coconut sugar because it is a coconut granola recipe. I just really love the granola flavor, and I chose to use cardamom powder for my seasoning because it just goes really well with coconut. And there you go. That's how it should be looking at this point. And then in a separate bowl, go ahead and mix your wet ingredients. So we'll be adding the coconut oil into this bowl. And then add your honey into the same bowl and just mix it until it's well incorporated. My coconut oil was actually a little warm, so it was easy to incorporate the honey into the coconut oil. So maybe you can heat up your coconut oil a little bit. We're going to go ahead and put together our wet into the dry ingredients. So you're just going to pour your mixture into the wet ingredients and make sure that you get every little bit of it from that bowl, because we're not trying to waste any food in this house, okay? And then go ahead and mix everything together. You want the oats to absorb all the liquid. Make sure that there's not a single oat that's dry. You don't want to have some parts that are, well coated and other parts that are just plain oats. So go ahead and mix for as long as it takes to make sure that everything is well incorporated and everything has soaked up all the wet ingredients. So yeah. And then I'm using a baking sheet covered in parchment paper. Go ahead and pour your oats onto the sheet. And in order for the oats to cook evenly, make sure you spread them across the baking sheet evenly and just create a really nice flat layer. This ensures that the oats roast evenly, and that even when you're coming to flip them, that they don't end up being, all onto one side and soggy on that particular portion. So every part of the oat, or the granola, really is going to be well roasted. We're going to go ahead and bake it at 325 degrees for about 30 to 40 minutes. And then every 15 or so minutes, go ahead and check on your oats and toss and turn them so that they can caramelize evenly and toast evenly. You don't want some parts to be more toasted and caramelized more than others. And you also just want to make sure that they're still well spread out so that you don't end up with soggy bits in your granola. And here you see me going back in for the second time just to check and turn the oats, and you can just see the color coming through. This is from that, you know, coconut sugar, the honey, that coconut oil. It's just coming together so good, so nice. Yeah. And then after 40 minutes or so, I went in and took out the oats. They are finally done. You're gonna go ahead and let them cool. If you want chunky granola, go ahead and just let it sit there until it's completely cooled, and you can break it apart with your hands. But if you're going for a more, you know, loose granola, just go ahead and toss it and turn every few minutes while it's cooling. I wanted to mention that all the ingredients will be on my blog, the specific measurements and quantities, so I'll link that down below. Yeah, that's the granola. It looks really yummy so far. I really apologize for the lighting difference. I ended up going to take care of my son, and by the time I came back it was dark, but I was determined to put this recipe out, so I had to do what I had to do. So here you're just seeing me add the coconut, the shredded coconut. At this point you can add whatever toppings you desire. You can add, you know, dried fruits. I actually wanted to use coconut flakes instead of shredded coconut, just because they're more chunkier, and I just thought they would complement this recipe so well. However, I was not able to find any at the store, so I used shredded coconut. I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. As you can see, the granola turned out really nice. I hope you guys give it a try, and if you do, let me know how you like it. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.